Welcome to the History Hunter. History Hunter here, and we have Eagle Eyes with me here. Today we are gonna experience something special. We are out in the sand dunes. This is on the Last Documents tour. And on the other side of these sand dunes, there's a spectacle that you really have to see to believe. This is on the Atlantic Wall, and Hitler ordered to build the Atlantic Wall, tens of thousands of structures all along the coast, you can see here. And when they built the Atlantic Wall, maybe the idea was the 1,000-year Reich, all know that. Maybe that was the idea with the features on the Atlantic Wall. But right here today, you're gonna see that that never happened. It wasn't 1,000 years, it wasn't even 100 years before something happened that I'm still wondering about whether the Germans anticipated that to happen within so few years. So what is it? Well, I guess you just have to join us, and let's go out and find the path together right here. We are soon there. Are you excited, Eagle Eyes?
Yeah.
He is, and I am too. We have seen spectacles like this before. This one here, I know you're gonna enjoy this. Just want you to see something here before we kind of go down and show you really the spectacle. And I always wondered about this. If you see here, this is further lower down. Then you have sand dunes like 30-40 meters all the way on the ridge there. This, remember this, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, and this is the great mystery. So you have sand dunes here, lower land, and then you have these higher ground sand dunes, all on top of a ridge with a very good viewpoint. Keep that in mind when we come down to the beach. So we're going to go up the sand dunes, and we come to the top. We're going to show you the first feature. And I think you're gonna be blown away. All right, are you ready to see the first one? That is rather spectacular. I'm gonna zoom you in. If you follow our channel, you know we do a ton of research explores. This is not hard to find, but what a absolutely incredible thing. That is a huge German World War II bunker in the middle of the ocean. Why is it there? Well, I'm definitely going to tell you a little bit more about that. Did you know that you can become a World War II History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful World War II dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a Patreon team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. That, my friend, is a German Regelbau, meaning a constructed feature built by strict rules and regulations and dimensions, and it's a FL 277 if I'm not too mistaken. That's meaning it's a anti-aircraft gun position. That means on top of that bunker there used to be an anti-aircraft gun, and the bunker underneath is munition storage and crew area. So why is it in the middle of the ocean, and why was it built there? Well, believe me, it was never built there. It was actually built up there. And then you can say, what? How is that possible? Well, this is how Mother Nature works. This bunker, that one, was not down here. It used to be on the height level as this here. No, it has not been transported out there from here. Land erosion due to the massive waves coming in, pulling out and digging out the sand, made that bunker come down. And then this has happened for years after years after years after years. And now, instead of the land being this high out here, the land is now there. And that was the height where the bunkers were installed. So that is called land erosion. So that is why you find that single bunker there. And that is crazy. That is hundreds of tons of concrete and steel. But that's not the craziest part here. Because it's not only that bunker that used to be there or up here. There's a lot more. And I'm going to show you that. Every year when the storms rage on the Atlantic world coast all over Europe, this is what happens. It eats itself inwards towards land here. Why am I wearing white gloves? These are bamboo gloves. I'm wearing it because it's freaking cold and I have to have something that I can handle cameras with. That's why. So now you know it. Nevertheless, that hill or that dune, you can see it just been recently washed down. That's because there was a storm just a week ago. Very powerful 46 to 48 meters a second winds. Yes, we were here. And it was impossible to even see the beach. Now it's calm, it's low tide. We can actually be here. And the cool thing is that sometimes there are actually things coming out of the dunes. And some friend of ours on another place in Europe, they actually found 2 boxes, wooden boxes, with handguns and rifles coming out from one of these dunes. No, I'm not kidding. I've seen the images and I know they're talking the truth. That is how crazy this world works. So these dunes, they were never seen until maybe just a few days ago. And you can see that it's just a matter of time before something special turned out. The Germans, they were sloppy. They did fill in stuff, dig down things when they were here and when they left. And who knows what more could suddenly come through here. And right there, I think I can actually see, what is that? Is that concrete? No, that's just different layers, but you can see a lot of rust there. So that is definitely something that's been there. And the higher up in the dunes, the better the probability that you can actually find something. And I can actually see a rebar coming out from the dune there. And when the next storm has been here, you can walk along here and suddenly history can be right in front of your eyes. Eli is standing right there and he's looking at something and he's saying, is that real? You want to see what he's looking at? He's looking at a whole German World War II fortress, which is down in the ocean. And there are pieces even all the way out there.
Over there you see.
Yeah, it's all the way out there. Remember I told you there's something even more spectacular here? That is a coastal fortress almost completely disappearing into the ocean.
The firing command is all over there?
The firing command bunker is all the way out in the ocean. And this is a absolutely totally wild example of land erosion. And this is where the little mystery is. Remember I showed you and told you about the sand dunes further in? That's like 300 meters away from here. Why did the German engineers and officers and bosses build it here when this happened within the first 15 years? Why did they do that? Why did they make these decisions? Why did they not build it on the ridge further up? Then today, all of this would have been intact. Now, it is actually just disappearing in the ocean. And that is absolutely crazy to see. I'm kind of still attracted to the possibility of things being in the dunes. I'm going to track on the side here. But let me show you an image of what typically this place would have looked like. As you could see, many of the features here are still up, what you could say up in the air, up on the surface there. And as I said to you, that is the height that everything was up on. Now it's there. That is easily 10, 12 meters lower down. Again, no, the bunkers did not slide down here. They came down maybe a little bit here and there, and they're crooked here and there, but they were on the top of that ridge. But here is the main question. How come? Somebody please tell me why this has happened. Leave a comment. How come so many smart brains designing that insane Atlantic wall with all that machinery, weaponry, crew personnel, just ingenious people doing all this stuff? How come nobody thought that this would happen? I'm so curious about this because it's like a great mystery. You know, you've read about the pyramids in Egypt and the Aztec Indians and all of the stuff they did. This is something that I think will be kind of on the archaeologists' tongues in 500 years. They're going to do some diving and something going on, and suddenly they're going to say, hey, there's metal here, there's concrete, what the heck is that? And then you're going to say, this is why the Roman Empire failed, and this is why the Aztecs, Indians disappeared, or why the Egyptians never managed to do this or that. Who's going to tell the story here? Is there anything to tell in 100 years? I think all of this will be just totally sunken into the ocean. And it's almost unbelievable to think that all of this was up there. Millions of tons of concrete, millions of tons of rebar, millions of work hours were spent to build this. What is it? Well, let me show you what that is. Yeah, that's a 631 gun bunker. With that gun poking out, that will be on the front side here. See what is today? It's just a piece of nothing being totally devastated by the ocean, by the power of the ocean. And this is being washed and washed. It sinks and washed and sinks. And as you can see out there, these are gone. This was the outpost, the things closest to the edge of this land that was here. That was a massive German World War II casemate gun bunker. And look what the ocean is doing to it. It just obliterates everything. And that is very fascinating to see. That thing will be gone within 5 or 10 years, maybe just a couple of years for all I know. But the power of the ocean is so great. You guys, do you recognize that?
Yes, it's a VF-58C and MG Tobruk.
This is a machine gun Tobruk. Normally, it would look something like this.
Like a espresso.
See that? It looks like an espresso machine. That will never ever be used again. But once upon a time, that was a formidable little fighting position with an MG42 or MG34. And now it's just waiting
To die.
to die. Absolutely waiting to die. You can see the waves going in and out of the machine gun Tobruk hole. And it will never be viewed again in, let's say, 2 years, 3 years. It is gone. It is gone. It's gone. You can see out there, that was a huge bunker. That is almost gone.
Where is it?
It's down there.
Oh.
So that means that the coastline has retreated all the way from there to there. That's just since the Second World War. And it even started as they built it. That's the craziest thing. A couple of storms they had here during Second World War. Well, what happened? Well, they lost 4.5 meters. I couldn't imagine what a higher ranking officer would say to that when they had all of this built, costed like millions of Deutschmark, and then suddenly someone told them that, sir, you are losing 5 meters of land every year, and within 15 years, all of this will be destroyed.
Scheiße!
That must have been that must have been the worst nightmare news you could ever get. But look at this huge bunker here, we think is a Regelbau 622. It's a crew bunker. I think it's twisted and turned and came out this direction because most of the entrances here will be the other way, facing away from the beach. And here you can see, this is where the German troops, the German soldiers slept. This is where they stayed. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely stunning. Before we left on this Lost Documents tour, a lot of you were very kind to help us out with a donation on our Super Thanks feature. And I promised I'll put you on the list and I'll take you on each and every one of the explorers on the Lost Documents tour. And these are the names of you great people out there who did that for us. You are part of the reason for us be able to fill up the gas tank, go out and find and share incredible history. And in a way, you are now historical because you, each and every one of you, you are here at this incredible beach. And I just have to say, it's such an honor and pleasure to be able to go out and do this and share it with you. And thanks to the kindness that you show us, we can really do that. So thank you all for your very, very kind support.
We're very glad for you guys supporting us and helping us out.
Yes, we are definitely. Now we're going to change battery and continue this little tour. So this is one of the machine gun Tobruks waiting for its fate. It came down from here, 10 to 12 meters. It used to be up there, and Hans and Wilfred and Reinhard and Jonas, all of them, they knew how to use that weapon system. They were trained and they practiced, but they did it up there. They didn't do it here. So I wonder if you brought back Reinhard and Wilfred or Wilhelm, if you could have brought them back here to let them see their workstation like this, I wonder what they would say. I just so much wonder what they would say. Just a few years ago, we were walking on a beach like this, and there were two stick hand grenades coming out from one of the dunes. Oh boy, that was a lot of commotion happening. Police came, all of that, they cleared off the whole area. But you can see that there are pieces just waiting to appear out of the dunes everywhere. Those two hand grenades were live, they were not kind of available for so many years, and suddenly, boom, they're just poking out. So just have to look very carefully, and suddenly there could be something really special coming out from the dunes. The bunker next to us is a Regelbau 134. It's a munition bunker. Not anymore. There will never be. This huge sidewall or platform here will never have a purpose again. And inside here, this is where Hans and Wilfred and Jürgen and all of them, they came in here. And in here, this is where, let me get that flashlight working, you can see that? This is where these steel doors used to be. And in here, this is where the munition was stored. Just sand here, and I can smell the intense salt water in here. See here? The history is kind of not here. It's not going to be here anymore. This part of the history will disappear 100%. And it's crooked. It's not straight anymore. And again, in this room here and in this back room, there are no more stories that's supposed to be told. There are no more kids who's going to see this bunker when they're growing up. They're just going to go away. So there will be no more memories. You cannot take a picture and a photo outside of this one in 5 years because it's not going to be here. And that makes it really strange to walk through these and just see how it is and how it will be. See here, eagle eyes walking in between these bunkers that has no more life. I don't know why. I feel sad. Of course, we all know the history behind this, and that's bad and sad. But as an enthusiast of history, I really do feel sad. Could have been prevented? Is it just fate playing on? I don't know. But definitely, it really feels sad. Because just imagine how many young people, boys and girls, who will walk these beaches with their parents or grandparents, and maybe even some of the grandparents said, I was here when this was liberated. I was the one who kicked the Germans out. I got a helmet from this bunker. I got a rifle from this bunker. And we took all of the interior and we still have it in our home. We are using their utensils, their plates even today. We scraped and grinded off all the insignia, all of that. But we didn't have a lot of money during those years. So we recirculated all the metal. We took their utensils and their glasses and all of that. And we used that. And they needed to, because the Germans took it first and they took it back. But nevertheless, it's sad that there will be no more memories here of these structures that could be shared for the future. So that is why I think it's important that we are here with a camera and actually showing you what is here today. Take out this video in 25 years, this YouTube is there. I promise you, this is not here. That is Erwin Rommel inspecting the Atlantic Wall. And as you saw, the Atlantic Wall is not what it was before. We do the research, travel, we do the hard work, go out and find and share these locations. And if you enjoy that and you learn something from it, you know you can help us out to reach more locations with this super thanks feature here. Basically, your opportunity to help us out to go out and find and share even greater history. Eagle Eyes, I have to say, very well work with the drone.
Thank you.
You really did a good job there. And what do you think? It was your kind of idea to visit this place. Did it? Was it okay?
Yeah, it was very okay.
Yeah, and we learned a lot because it's transforming every day. You know, there were just a few days before this. You do remember the storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were stuck in the camper van and there came a massive storm with over 45 meters a second gusts, and we parked up near the beach, but we changed our minds in the last hour, and then the next day a couple of houses was blown over and there were about 60 centimeters of sand in the streets in the area. So we were very lucky that we survived kind of this storm. As you could see, just a few days earlier, one of these bunkers were up in the highland, and 2 days after it was down. So that's how quick the work is being done by Mother Nature out there. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Eagle Eyes, what are we doing here? Another project?
It's top secret.
Top secret project. We are definitely going to share more with you. You can check out the Patreon team or the Patreon team membership possibility in the video. There's a link here where it says more. Just click that and you can see we actually give away all of the artifacts that we find out there, metal detecting and all of that. Yeah, including WW2 helmets. So check out the link in the description to become a Patreon team member. And you can see the perks that comes along with that. Also, our PayPal donation link is there as well. Other than that, Eagle Eyes, is there anything else more we have to say?
No.
No, we are working very hard with a huge project, so we're gonna steamroll ahead and do a little bit more about that. In the meantime, stay safe, keep smiling, and before you know it, we will see you out there. Bye bye.
Bye guys. See ya.